Hmm. Right, very good evening, everybody. Tried to go live on my mobile phone. Put my mobile phone's playing up. It said couldn't stream at this moment in time, but I'm still here. So what I've been doing is doing a bit of behind the scenes on Seeking You, and I've now got a counter where 63 people have been into the app. And what it was saying was about the process for the App Store, the Play Store, and for iTunes is roughly 7 days. And yeah, so that's what I've been doing just before there. And also there is going to be responses to your requests, so that's all good. And good evening, John. How's London? I don't know. I'm in Rushcliffe in Nottingham, so couldn't tell you. But the wind has calmed down, so pretty good. It was absolutely stotting down of rain just a while ago. How do you plan to put a static website on the App Store? Well, what's going to happen is what's there now, and Superbase will go bam. They will connect, and then it goes through from there because it's all connected to Superbase, and then everything is complete. And I asked the question, and I was going to go and do that, and it said it's not happening. So that's why I'm here. We've been telling him for months he won't listen. What you got to remember is this: at the end of the day, for the next what, we are in July. We've got July, we've got August, September, October, and November. There's going to be a few little teething issues, but AI is on the case. It is monitoring everything, including one or two violations, which popped up about 10 minutes ago. So, yes, and I'm not going to be live long tonight because I want to hear what the news is with what's happening. And so, yeah, how's your day been? Pretty miserable, if I'm not being honest. It has been absolutely blowing gale force winds, which is only just, well, it is blowing gale force winds a little, but it was absolutely paying it down, just like it would do back up home in Newcastle upon Tyne. What are these violations? AI has looked at them and they will probably do a report and log stuff. And I will get to that probably tomorrow because I'm looking at something at the moment which is from yesterday. And honestly, well, shocking. What it is this: physics. Yeah, physics. And I was looking at that yesterday. So you know that the AIs you say you added to the site only run when you're talking to the app. No. No. Because I've seen more. Here it is. How many fingers? Come on, how many fingers? Because I have seen more content on artificial intelligence than I've got fingers, toes, and hair on my head. There's a lot of money plowing into artificial intelligence. It is the next revolution. So, to all of you who disbelieve or, everyone's got their own opinion, but there is a massive, huge amount of money being chucked at it. And one of them was from the richest man walking planet Earth. His new, updated, what was it called again? What was it called? I'm sure somebody in chat will be able to tell me what it's called. But the richest man in the world has been updated. Actually, it's on the old. No, it's not. It's not the old. It's the new. It's the X, because he changed it, didn't he? It used to be Twitter, and it's now something else. But it's on there. It's actually on the sidebar, and it's been updated. And what he said in this afternoon's video was the inclusion of what that particular Grok, that's what it is, Grok. His particular artificial intelligence is super fast. It can do stuff and it doesn't need to look at documents or anything like that on the internet. It just goes bang and it's done. So yeah, Grok. I couldn't. It's Elon Musk's baby, isn't it? I mean, I'm not on Twitter, so I wouldn't know. But Grok, what has that got to do with what I asked? Well, look at it this way. If a lot of mega rich people, and I mean really rich people, power people, Sam Altman, Elon, to name just two, are plowing money and resources into AI, they're onto a good thing. So, yeah, I think what's happening is there's like a leaderboard, yeah, where OpenAI and other AI related are just doing that. They're chasing each other to the top. Again, so much money is going into it. Why don't you get mad when you are asked to pay for a service? Or you mean with Superbase? Yeah, Jim, Is that what you're talking about with Supabase? Well, with Supabase, it was this. I have a screen that says something, click on it, nothing happens. Which is why, in that case, with the original version, yeah, I'm clicking, and I'm saying to Bolt, which it was on Bolt at the time, there's no response. And there's a person, I spoke about this person many times. Christian is his name, and he is from We Are No Code. Now, he said, when you're doing your conversation with whichever one you go to, yeah, be strict. And I was like, what do you mean be strict? I'm just asking, I'm giving you the prompt. But you have to be strict. Claude and Bold, they both did the same thing, which is when to do their own thing from the prompt. Anyway, again, Paul, you have to code the back end. AI can't do it for you. Well, once the part is like connected up, front end, back end, then I'll speak to the team at Supabase and start the procedure. Can't start the procedure until I paid the bill. Yeah? Do you understand that bit? I pay the bill and then I put the wheels in motion. So, do you understand that bit? Right, what we got? But that was down to the way you coded it. No, it wasn't. That was to J. No, it wasn't, because I gave a prompt to Bolt, and the prompt was, here's my idea, here's the way I want the idea, and didn't say to it, which Christian shows you in his videos, I want this and nothing else. He actually he puts it on screen to show you this and nothing else. Don't expand it this way, don't expand it that way. Stick to what I have typed and nothing else. And that's you being strict with it. So yeah, so adult learning, because like I say, Christian is a little bit younger than me, not much, but he's still a bit younger than me because I'm 58. And I've learned a hell of a lot since Christmas. Right, what we got? Good evening, Thomas. Well, where are we? Let me help you. We could get your site launched in a day or two if we work together. Good point, mate. Good point. Now, what I'm going to do, Thomas, I'm going to drop you an email. And in the email, well, you already know, because you have Son of the Nation, yeah? But there's little bits and pieces which are somewhere else, okay? They're not. Well, you can check my videos they are in my videos. And this other place is where the door opens to brand new places. So yeah, I'll drop you an email and we'll talk. And once I get transport, I'll meet you in Sunderland. I'll come to city centre and we'll have a coffee, a bun, sandwich or whatever, and we'll talk face to face. Pardon me. Now, strength in numbers. Well, what I want is this at the end of the day. Like Thomas has just said, right? Thomas got in touch with me and I asked him specific questions. They were specific questions because how I have things structured. Yeah. And that's important. It's not just about getting people in, sign-ups and all the rest of it. It's more. It always was. And Thomas has got the code knowledge, which I wish I did have. Yeah. I mean, once I go to the college and sit in a classroom environment, do me stuff. The reason why I'm doing that, the college course is game design. Want to know what's involved and how hard it is, because there's not just the 3 games. There's more. 1 second, because I'm just a little bit hot. But yeah. And when we look at the games industry, how much is it worth? A lot of money. So, yeah. How are the new song lyrics on chair behind? Yeah, well, that chair there, that is where Streets of Home. Streets of Home's on there. It's on the other side. And the crazy bit is this. I never thought Streets of Home would be converted to a game. Just, one of them things. Never popped into my head. But since then, there's a lot of different things. Here's an example. If I pronounce it correct. In Vatul, Magic Light, Floor, oh no, I can't say the other one because it's not available in the United Kingdom. They did say you can put a request, but that nothing's happened from the request, nothing at all. And here's the daft stupid thing. Yeah, we've been live now 20 minutes. Where's all the likes? Oh, where? You know, I mean, I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. So I'm going to go back to here. Trust me, Paul, game dev is 1,000 times more difficult. Yeah, I bet it is. I've been doing game dev for 10 plus years. Wow, that's a long time. So, in your 10 years, where did you start and where are you now in that 10 years? So, I know you had one game planned, Streets of what? No, not Streets of Rage, Steve G. No. But what are the other two? U, B, B, C. Which stands for? Do you know? Or will anybody in chat know? This just goes to show at the end of the day, if you know what UBBC stands for, are you listening, or are you just sitting there and going, "Here he goes again"? Do you know what I mean? It would no. Somebody asked me about that. Can't wait for you to learn about what? I can't. Do you know what? Bok, I can't even pronounce. What the heck is that? Quarter? No, sorry, not even sure what that is. Before the 10 years, I studied for 5. Okay, that's dedication. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. And I want to show you something. 1 minute. I know it's a little dinky. Yeah. But my mum picked this up in a charity shop. And I was like, okay, looks nice. And somebody put a starfish on the side of it. But there's different categories of boat. So, and it's also on Facebook. Pardon me. So what we got? You'll never get far in that. Well, get me paddle out. Yeah. Yeah, well, the thing is with UBBC, it's the same principle, exact same principle as Streets of Home and Street Racer. All of the games have the same principle, which is you start in the northeast of England, Newcastle upon Tyne, and then you go right the way around the entire country. And there's lots of different challenges along the way. What's he saying? Stevie J, could you explain the game a bit more? Showing us a model boat from a charity shop doesn't really explain a lot. Well, it's Whitley Bay, right? You get to the beach of Whitley Bay, and that side, as you're looking out to sea, is St Mary's Lighthouse. That way is Cullercoats. Dead easy to explain here. Now, buoys, I think that's what they're called, buoys, are out at sea, and you navigate round them up to the lighthouse, back, and you do it as fast as you can. There you go. So you can sail down the Ouseburn. Well, no, because that would mean you're coming down the River Tyne from Tynemouth. No. This is the Whitley Bay, number 1. Cullercoats, number 2. And White Sands, Tynemouth, number 3. And then go through all of the different categories. So you're going through the same thing, but from something like this with 2 people in to more people. And you go through each different category, doing the same thing, earning money. That easy. I'm just going to give you this advice, Paul. Just stick to the websites. Game development is way out of... Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. But, yeah. With the generator is doing the 10-minute show. That's a pilot. Then half hour, and from the half hour it sticks at half an hour, but it's fun entertainment. Right. Where are the golf clubs, Paul? Any demonstration? No. Unless I hear from Circle Nottingham. Then I'll do a video from one of the courses, a tee off or something like that. Stevie J, why don't you complete one project? Well, that's what I'm doing. Do both of these, get them out the door, and then do the other one. And then contact companies and say to those companies, would you be interested in this? See what they say. David is saying, I think Paul has the Happy Gilmore swing. Do you know one thing, right? When I've gone out to play a round of golf, it was never about being perfect, because nobody is. It was all about getting out there, sticking that little ball down on that tee and hitting it without going that way or that way. You know where they go, oh! That was it. I just wanted to get to where the green was, and then that's a mission by itself when you get to the green, because some greens go like, you know what I mean? You think, I'm gonna get it, and then it goes woof. And you go, son of it. But yeah, that's what it was. And when I went for my very first game, nobody out of the 4 people that was there, not one person turned around and said to us, everybody's sorting their equipment out. I mean, you know, there was not just the 4 of us, but there's other people as well. Not one person turned around and said, where is your golf shoes? And I was like, the guy who'd invited me to that day up in Morpeth, he said nothing, not at all. Neither did the taxi driver and the other lad who was there either. Nobody said no, but one person did. The club captain of the club in Morpeth. He pulled the guy who booked it and went, next time he doesn't play unless he's got shoes. And it was only when Alan came over and says to us, you've just walked all that way with your shoes on. I went, I'm not going to whack in my socks on her. He went, where's your shoes? I went, now's a bright time to tell us. But yeah, that was my very first experience on a golf course north of Morpeth. And yeah, so I went and got myself some golf shoes. And yeah, it's just about having fun. Right, what we got? I do think you should merge Geordie Nation and CNU. It would work as a single site. No, it can't. Can't. You can't put in the same place. It's a physical impossibility. It sounds good, but you try Newcastle and Nottingham and try and push them together. It ain't going to work. So that's your answer. Yeah, well, both of them, there was 6. 6. And since that time, where there was 6, only one other one has jumped in to make it 7. So, but the other one has time. So what else we got? Lots of flexible office space available to lease. Yes, there is. Especially, what do they call that place? What do they call it? Carrington. Is it Carrington Street or Carrington Road? And it leads to, where does it lead to again? Oh man. I think Carrington leads on to Ledgate. I think. I might be wrong. But there's loads of opportunity in the city centre of Nottingham, same as there is opportunity in Newcastle upon Tyne. You know, I mean, I'm sure Thomas will have loads of opportunities in Sunderland as well. You know, so yeah. What else we got? Why would the taxi driver say anything? Well, if you're walking around 18 holes of the golf course, that's basically, it's roughly 6 miles, give or take. And you'd think somebody would say something, you know. Didn't happen though. The club captain sounds like a clown. Well, club captains, you know, I mean, they ripped me a new one when I went back to work, turning around and saying, "And how's your feet today?" And I have to say one thing. I was pulling a buggy. I got everything for 30 quid. Everything. So that was the bag, the clubs, and the buggy. The buggy's by Donny. The bag, Donny, and the clubs are just like, you know, they're standard. Nothing like fancy. Unlike everybody else that was there. I mean, some people I've gone to play golf with, £1,700 worth. One lad who I won't talk about went and spent just over £2,000. But yeah. Maybe start with a 1-year lease. Okay. Don't sign a 10-year. Okay. Very good evening. I can't pronounce that name. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it. Bit dyslexic. Can you not start off as a sole trader? Yeah, I could do. That's an option. Yeah. There's the option of doing that limited, or there's many different options, but I've got to do that bit, like the beginning bit first. But it is possible. Yeah, well, the thing is, I mean, I'm going to be doing these. Well, I did one this morning, and I was a little bit late, just a smidge. That was gassing on with the neighbour, and the neighbour now says to, well, he said to me the other week, if I'm going to the shop, which is over in the next village, to send him a text and he'll come with us. And that way, if I fall out, then there's somebody with us. Because he's seen me wobble a few times and, you know, he doesn't like that. So, good evening, Blunted. I thought my ETH had transferred. Well, how can your ETH transfer to your wallet when it's there for display only? Yeah. I can look in a shop window, and see something that's really nice. Doesn't mean to say I can reach to the window and get it. And that's the thing. Something that says clearly display purposes only. That's what you would get. Right. Does anyone make the naughty step this morning. Not actually sure. There's a lot of things have happened. There's 22 years here. However, come on, 22 people. Let's get these likes up, man. However. Oh, right. Well, there's a thing which is the instructions for the agents, and I say it pretty strict. So yeah. Are you still considering doing the pilot training course? Don't know. I don't know. Yeah. So, Blunt Ted, do you know you've changed that to Talks Music? Is that because you were doing Oasis the other day? Well, I want to do a few different things. The main goal, once two are popped out, the main goal is to do the 10-minute video, and in between I'm going to put money into WX Network, so the big guns come out to play. And those big guns, that's where the real money is. The proper money. Right. Also, it's been investigated. Okay. Got you. Yeah. Okay. He won't be able to get his game on Steam due to having crypto in it anyway. Well, Bok Bok, have you not seen the news? Man, oh man. Behind the news, everything's changing. And games are going to be changing as well. It is coming. Yeah, Steam don't allow crypto games. Like I say, it's going to change. I've seen more than 5 different people talking about it. So it is coming. And you can't stop it. So yeah. Still talking about making money, yet you sat there doing nothing. Benny, I'm talking to yous. Yeah. So when you say you're doing nothing and all the rest of it, I'm talking to you. And today I was speaking to somebody in London, which is why didn't expect the call to be as long as it was, but I'm also reading into these comments. There's no GDR. There is. It's there. So people's wallets IDs are visible. There's 63 people. 63. I checked. I've got a counter. And the issues security issues, etc., are being dealt with. Okay? Now, lots of new innovations once we hit the end of the month. And the best part, and this is the part I do like, we get the .org and we get the .co.uk sorted. So that's to come. And then Department of Works and Pensions already know. Do you even know what? You know, Benny, I'm going to say this much to you. There are a multitude of things. A multitude. I could stack them all up. Really, truly, could stack them all up. There's only one problem though. If I stacked them all up, I wouldn't be able to see the screen. Get me point? And the whole purpose of everything adult learning, education. So if you're going to go down the route of the nasty school teacher with the big cane or the ruler who would slap it down on the desk, you're going to come down on all this stuff, yeah, do it. At the end of the day, because adult learning, that's what this is. And learning how something works, why something works that particular way. Do you think when people go to university, they walk into university on day one and they go, right, going into university, right, I'm writing this down, I'm writing that down, writing the other down, and then come the end of the day, see us all later, I know everything. Doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. You learn, you soak it up, and you implement it. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. So there are absolute PhD experts here. Well, before the .org and before .co.uk, go to Supabase. I'm going to do a mega marathon where I'm going to hit it with lots and lots and lots of questions to make sure. And the person who I have in contact with in London, in Parliament, turn around and say, have a look at both and give me your opinion. See what they say. Before the .org and the .co.uk go out the damn door. Yeah? Okay. Will you get a student union card? I hardly think so. I'm a little bit too old for a student card. But nice try. Yeah, nice try. Ruth Edwards was the MP. Was. Past tense. Ruth Edwards is Conservative. Who won the election? Yeah. Student discount on drinks. Did they do that? Yeah. Colin doesn't care about GDPR. Well, actually, I do. Paul, if you're at college, you're a student. Well, I get that bit. Yeah, I get that bit. Why wouldn't you have a student card? So where do you get the student card from? Because I am going into college. Yeah. Polio site is causing people to lose access to money. Incorrect. Sorry to burst your bubble, mate, but you're incorrect. Because there are 63 people who have looked there and made sure the banking and data is locked and secure. And there is a very high encryption rate. Okay. You can't afford to pay debts, never mind. Oh, yeah. Of course, Benny. Of course. I can't afford a day out, can I? Yeah. Well, do you know what it is, Benny? Yeah. Here's the thing for you, right? I've mentioned this quite a few times. Quite a few. So there we go, mate. Right. Yes, Paul, you need to enroll soon. Yeah, well, I've got to go for an interview first with the tutor, tell the tutor what I'm expecting, and take it from there. And the college tutor are in for a right treat. Not sure how to take that one, David. Can I have mod? Depends if you're going to behave. You've got to look at things this way, yeah? You look at the title of the video, yeah? You're looking at, I don't want to be a 58-year-old man. No, I don't. I want to go back to how I was in Newcastle. But it's not going to happen. And people turned around the other day, right? And they said, "You're getting bald, son." Well, look at that. Yeah. That was very short and it's starting to grow again. And there's the hairline just there. So, not gone bald either. But it is what it is. And the one thing I'm looking forward to is getting all the basics of what I'm going to do in the classroom, come home, fire up VS Code, and then show you. That's it. One thing I'm going to say to you all is this, right? If I turn around and I say, this is the best example. If there is a pond or a lake next to where you live, And in winter, that pond or lake freezes over. There's a certain point that you can do your nice skatey round. And there's a certain point where it's dodgy. If you fall through, you might not get back out. It's called thin ice. And when you get to thin ice, if you don't heed the warning, whatever happens, happens. And that's just me being honest. You know. Now, the likes of Benny might possibly come back. Might. But it's up to him. And that's my point. You see, if I come up to Newcastle in late August or September or October, this is what I was saying to you this morning. You come up and turn around and say, oh, there he is. And you come over and you turn around and you're like, getting in my face, and all the rest of it, yeah? I'm just going to keep on walking. But if you turn around and you're nice and polite, we'll stand and talk. That's how me Nana said to me, you meet somebody in the street. Hello, how you doing? You don't turn around and say, oh, yeah, no, and all the rest of it. You don't do that, man. Yes, I have learning difficulties. Yes, I do. That's why there's a hashtag at the bottom of my videos, adult learning. Because I'm not a kid anymore. We're not in the playground. And that's my point. You can rabbit on and rabbit on and rabbit on and rabbit on. You can do that. But there has to be a point where you just turn around and go, switch off. Yeah, keep going. And I've got 2 years to go. 2 years before the big 6-0. Don't want it. Nobody wants to hit 60. Nobody does. But I got 2 years to show everybody what can be done. And, like I said this morning, and like I said the other morning, you can go into absolute hysterics. You can roll across the floor like a hyena. You can. But I'm trying my best. And like I said to my brother, yeah, I promised him I would finish the course. Udemy won't allow me to finish the course because I can't do the last 2 sections of the first module, HTML5. So if I go to college in the city centre, I go through HTML5, then I go through, I think it's CSS. I'm sure that's the next one. And then I can say to Mark, bosh, there you go. There's me certificates. And then he's happy because I'm showing him certificates. They don't have to be 100% bang on the nail. As long as it's a pass. As long as I've learned something, Oh, ow, ow. Oh, you son of a... Right. You need to do out them on the website to complete the course. What happened to the free code has a different way of operating. With Udemy, it said at the very beginning, if you haven't got VS Code, please install it. And then we're going to do everything through VS Code. And the free code camp doesn't have that. So I can't open it. So I've got two windows. And like I was saying to the War Kid the other day, having two windows side by side where, you know, you're typing on one and like you're reading or you're watching what they're doing on the other. It's learning it. Don't think you should go to college because I don't think you'll either complete your course or if you do, use the diploma you get from it. I think you should get a job and earn a living. Oh my Lord. Seriously. David, what I try to do, and this is just a David O. I'm on the West Road. Yeah? I'm just before Condingham Bank. Do you know what I'm on about? Yeah? I'm coming towards the traffic lights for Condingham Road. The demisters, all they do is blow hot air, nothing else. The hot air hits the windscreen and it goes whoosh, right? Now, at that time, I was wearing contact lenses. I'm not wearing contact lenses now. There's my glasses. I'm too close to the screen to be able to see with them glasses, which is why I'm not wearing them. And what happened, my eyes, my contact lenses were drying out. Now, normally, what would happen on any given day is I'd be wearing sunglasses, polarized. I'll show you them. I've put them somewhere. I don't know where. But I've got polarized glasses. Aha, there they are. So these are my polarized glasses, and they're like that. But these glasses, yeah, they have a mark. Which one is it? There's a mark on this lens here. So they need to be binned. And polarized glasses, when you're driving a bus, what they do is when the sun comes back out and the glare off the road, the polarized wipes it out. So that's why I went and bought them. And that particular day, I went to open the window to the side, and I had it 3 times during my 11 years where that side window didn't open. It didn't budge a blooming inch. Now, what you're supposed to do when that happens is you pick the defect card up and you mark it, the window, which window it is. And when the bus goes back into the depot, they look at that and they go, right, that has to be fixed. That never happened. And what I did was top of Condingham Bank, put the handbrake on, which is an air brake, and I did the stupidest thing you could do. And that was 2 hands, and I tried to rip it with full power, standing up, which had a few people, what the hell's the bus driver doing? You know? But that's how I ripped this. And it's either a tendon, a ligament, or a muscle. No clue which, but that's what ripped. And boy, it's the easiest way to explain it. Certain movements, an ice pick. It's like getting stabbed with an ice pick. There's no way around it. That's what it's like. Just, someone go, take a bit of that, And it was my brother that turned around and says, it's a rotary cuff. So there you go. Right. So we have been live an hour and 7 minutes. So, see you all tomorrow, 11:30, or as close to 11:30 as humanly possible. On your way out, please give me a thumbs up if you like the content, and spread the word, and enjoy the rest of your evening.